My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Aethermancer. We unlocked a memento for the Cockatrice in the last run. So we're going to be heading into our second run of all time. On Heroic, corruption on monsters is capped at 99% health. Each enemy monster has an additional trait. And regular enemies have 20% higher health. Bosses have 50% higher health. Oh, I'd love to take you out, Reggie, but we did that last episode, and also you died. Let's go for the Cockatrice. Give you a nickname? Absolutely I will. You are Nick Starfield. Let's go. And we also immediately get to get our second. Reggie. Reggie and Sorathil both here. Okay, so it keeps the nickname from the previous time we've selected them. Interesting. Hell, I guess all of these, of course, are going to be units that I've used. I haven't got many other mementos at the moment. I could try and fight before getting a memento, maybe? Probably a bad idea. Okay, so let's have a look. Nick Starfield, you are a fire wind type. You have the signature trait Hot Temper. Retaliate whenever you are hit by anything, including debuff damage. Apply 1 temporary power to self. Every 7 times it triggers, apply 4 burn to each enemy. You also have heat support action. One hit against yourself for 2 fire damage. It's a free action though. And Flurry, 2x3 wind damage against target enemy, apply dodge to self. You've also got a perk giving you +1 ether, so you generate 2 ether at the start of each turn, or rather an additional ether at the start of each turn. And you are a tank burn dodge. Interesting. So, last run we had a lot of characters with consistently overlapping types, like Critical Purge was on Reggie as well as on Coldheart. We then had Critical also on Triston, Sidekick on Sorathil, Sidekick on Coldheart as well. Like, we had a lot of overlap. Maybe I want to go unique things this time. So instead of taking, like, Reggie here just to stack up additional burn, maybe Triston? You seem like a weak damage dealer, so having a tank in our party makes some additional space for you. You also have regeneration, so you might be able to provide regen to Nick Starfield, keeping him alive while they're tanking. Let's go with that. Lily! You walked the pilgrimage path, Sirius? Do you feel enlightened yet? Personally, I always feel calm around here. Even with all the void and monsters, believe it or not. Reroll an action of a monster or refuse. Do I really want to reroll the actions that are on these monsters by default? They're like really cheap attacks. I think not. Give me XP. Run around collecting some additional money. I'm going to try and keep as many monster souls as I can right now. I don't need to use that bench. It's over, Anakin. Let's see what this Cockatrice can do. So heat. Do some damage to yourself, gaining 1 temporary power. Flurry. Huge stagger and huge damage. Follow up with some poison and just happened to crit on both of those hits. Nice. Yeah, 4 energy at the start of the turn, so we're getting 2 from the Cockatrice, 1 from the Aethermancer, and 1 from Tutzelworm. I can't generate additional wind to be able to use Flurry, though. Took 2 corruption damage there. Finish them off before they can do any more. Triston's ready to level up. Your monster may sometimes learn Maverick skills. While most skills belong to one type, Maverick skills combine 2 unique types, creating unique strategies. Each Maverick skill requires 2 specific types to be present among the monsters in your party. That is the Toxic Assault there. Every 3 crits, apply 2 poison, then trigger poison. On an Earth action from any ally, apply poison to each enemy. On attack, consume up to 1 Earth Ether, deal 6 damage hit, and apply 2 poison to the target enemy. I'm going to take Toxic Assault. I wanted something in the regen field. Blade. This is just plus 15% crit chance. Initial shield, 5 shield at the start of the combat. Also on action, 33% chance, generate random ether. Yeah, just put that crit chance on Triston. Definitely agrees with the choice before it. Monster Soul. I'm gonna get some high ground first. I have Flurry, so I'm really good at staggering Authoris already. Oh, I mean, I need to generate an Earth Ether to be able to do it still. Gosh. Annoyingly. Gotta generate that first. Interesting. Poison staggers? Well, let's actually have a quick look. Poison. At the start of your turn, this monster takes X earth damage. Right, so if it's an earth stagger, it can do that. Then it consumes a stack. At the start of your turn, right? So it's before they use their action. Flurry on top line. Gets the stagger we're always looking for. Ooh. Annoyingly, the enemy Wolpertinger is actually going to do some decent damage with this kick here. Yeah, because it's triggering a flurry. Oh, it missed, though. Handy. All right, because I also had dodge stack. Got it. That makes sense. 1 HP short of stopping that enemy from getting to attack there. They got another corruption. Rude! Come on, Cockatrice. I'm looking for things on Nyx here that will contribute to tankiness. That. Live and learn. Retaliate. Applies 1 dodge and 2 regeneration to self. Yes. Also, for every 4 burn applied to enemies, generate fire ether. That's also really good in certain builds. Like when Nick Starfield takes 7 retaliate hits, then the hot temper ability occurs, giving 4 burn to all enemies. So this is often going to be generate 3 fire ether. That's pretty good. Live and learn, though. Retaliate to apply dodge and regen. That's going to make you such a good tank. All I need to do is get some way for enemies to have to attack you. Some taunt. Chain. On single target attack, if the enemy has 5 or more ether, purge 1, and also 5 more max HP. Neat. Very happy to take that. Knight for equipment. Envoy. What do you do again? You give artifacts. Artifacts. I have no artifacts right now. Something that my Aethermancer can do would be nice. Hang on. Let's actually quickly look at our type coverage. So I have tank, burn, dodge, and critical regen poison. But also, I have fire, wind, and earth. So for full coverage, having a water creature would be really good here. I mean, Coldheart and Sorathil are being offered to me. I don't want to avoid having a water creature at all. But is Warden even a good choice for this party? Power Nexus. For every 5 ether purge stolen or weakness applied by the party, things I don't do apply power to self. You're not even a good tank yet. I actually think I do want to just take one of the other ones. Coldheart, you have a lot of abilities you can do because the Eagle Eyes give you enemy actions that you can take. Also worth noting, Coldheart has 30% additional crit chance, 25% additional evasion, 1 additional damage. I definitely don't need more fire. Okay, Coldheart. Welcome back to the party. The void is an ever-destroying, ever-changing, ever-creating substance of the universe, a manifestation of entropy itself. Void materializes naturally when a body of enormous amounts of ether dies, such as a star. No one knows then why an unprecedented amount of void would appear on Terra's Day, at the fractioned ruins of all places. Let's pick an artifact. Void Crystal, Wild Ether. I like reactivating target. As expected, Syrinx. Who am I gonna have the hardest time with? Probably Staggering Tatzelverm, if I had to guess, because the whole water thing. Wait, no, I did take water coverage. What a mistake. Let's stagger you while setting up some sidekick. Wow, that Toxic Slash is enough to take a unit off the field right now. I'll heat things up. Get some temporary power. Start retaliating. Also, that triggers retaliate. So, heat, just my free action to do 2 fire damage to myself, triggers Live and Learn, which can only trigger up to once per turn. So it just gives me a dodge and a regeneration. That's sick. That's actually nasty. It's disgusting. Someone stop it. Yeah, let's not let Tatzelburn play the game. So it looks like Cockatrice is more of a dodge tank than anything else. Cool. Take out Tatzelverm as well as interrupt another enemy at the same time. Oh, Fire Claws. This is actually really cool. Tatzelverm, or rather when it's on our side of the field, that's Triston. It's 5 damage. Oh, sorry, it's 4 instances of 2 damage. So it takes a lot of poise away from fire enemies. I'll steal your wind kick. Wind kick does a lot of damage. Get him. I gotta make sure I remember which enemies I have not yet got the memento of, because that is definitely one of my primary goals here in our early runs in this game. Get a complete complement of characters. Really? Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, what? The end of the map already? Absolutely not. Get parried, Mandragora. Although, actually, Mandragora, I'm pretty sure I don't have a copy of you yet. There we go. Craft a memento based on him. Mandragora, an earth-water creature with heal, regeneration, and weakness tags. Bubble trick so we can try and finish you off. And honestly, I'm going to need some additional fire. Yeah, not a huge fan of both of these enemies doing debuffs to us. That weakness is especially annoying. Takes a lot of damage off of our Nick Starfield. Those last two abilities both being stored on Coldheart there are pretty good. Excellent. Whatever I can do to stop these enemies from getting to play the game. Thank you for the additional dodge and regen by attacking my top liner. Yeah, with all that weakness, I'm not really doing much damage, and the enemies also give a bunch of healing to one another, so it's really annoying. Come on, why don't you just die already? I'm attacking you. It's clear what I want to have happen. Blossoming Strike for a whole mess of damage there, unfortunately. I haven't got anyone with shielding, so the longer the fight goes on, the more corruption I take. Crit a bunch while we were attacking with those fire claws, causing a cascade of additional poison damage. Wind kick is just enough damage to take him down. Come on, you have to die. You have to die. Stop weakening me. You're taking so much damage off of all of my hits. You're prolonging the inevitable. You came out of the ground, and I'm here to put you back in it. Got him. Oh, Triston levels up. Poison damage +1. Sick. Good. And Triston levels up. Applies 2 regeneration to target ally. Target generates 1 random ether, and it's a free action. Precision Meteor. 1 times 15 fire or earth damage against the target enemy. On first hit, crit. +2 poison damage. What does that mean? Does that mean that on first hit, first time I use this each fight, it will crit, and the crits also do +2 poison damage? Toxic Eruption, 2x2 fire earth damage against target enemy, and additional poison for each. I mean, realistically, I am currently intending to stack poison on targets, and Toxic Eruption is a great final move for that. Coldheart, for each 3 wind ether consumed by allies, apply interrupts. There's also the exploit right there. On interrupts, apply psychic to self, and psychics double up. I mean, gosh, I guess I am going to psychic on you in some way. likely are you to interrupt? Versus how much wind ether on allies do I consume? A decent amount. Nick Starfield consumes it with the flurry. Wind kick obviously consumes it. I don't generate a bunch of it though. I think it should be exploit. I think it's probably much more consistent to generate sidekick with that. Oh, 2 skill rerolls. Those are going to be real useful. First things first, no, Tutzelworm. You are not allowed to play the video game. Heat things up a little. Murder Tutzelworm. Two dodge stacks, fails to dodge. Rude. Actually, I think I dodged one of the hits, maybe. Definitely got to stagger the Cockatrice at this point. Actually, considering the crits that we just got him as well. Feeling pretty well justified there. Stop with all this poison! It's more corruption than I need. I need a corruption cleansing relic on Nick Starfield pretty soon. Toxic Eruption does decent damage at the moment, as well as staggering. Oh, right. I forgot about that. I have not crafted a memento of the ooze. It is a poison tank with affliction. It is earth and water. And it's also dead. Come on, Nick Starfield. Something that allows you to... There we go. Explosive Rush, that's a lot of damage. 4x5 fire and water damage to a target enemy. That actually also gives me the ability to do water damage despite... I was about to say despite not having a water creature. Again, I did take Coldheart. Reflective Strike, 4x2 wind earth damage against target enemy and applies redirect to self. Redirects the next enemy single target attack against any other monster to this monster instead and consumes a stack to do so. We definitely need things that give us redirects. Lava Fling purges 2 enemy ether. On interrupt applies 2 burn to all enemies. Realistically, that's incredible. That will often interrupt 2 enemies and in doing so apply 6 burn to all enemies. But I need something that says the word redirect on it if I'm going to be using you as a tank to defend all of my other guys. Banner, common equipment. It's just aura, 5% crit chance, 5 evasion for all allies. Sure. We'll take that and replace it very soon. All right. Aether Spring. Always going to tend towards Aether Springs just because they're permanent bonuses for the rest of the run. If I was to try and bring someone back here, you'd offer Reggie and Mandragora. I'm fine. I'm going to ride with my day ones. Fire. Random loot drops have a 35% chance to have a higher tier. Or, oh yes, at the end of combat, Creps cleanse 1 corruption from all of your monsters. Yes, please. Ooh. Oh, hang on. There's an elemental affinity down here. This is a void meteorite, a fragment of a dying star that's landed here. They're quite rare. Something must have pulled it here by force. The void meteorite can bestow an elemental affinity to one of your monsters. It will enhance a monster's basic attacks to deal damage of the respective element and to generate an additional ether of that element. Wish I could generate additional earth. So that'd be giving Triston earth affinity. Do I even want to do that for Triston? Oh no, it's wind that I need more of for Reflective Strike's cast. Yeah, I do always find myself wanting wind right now. Nick Starfield, I can let you just have a wind hit, but I want to use different wind abilities on you. So realistically, I want someone else to be able to set up your wind hits, like Coldheart get wind affinity, I think. Excuse me. Ooh, right, 2 cockatrices. Didn't think about that. You don't want them both attacking and playing the game. That's not allowed too much. I will throw a redirect there for a stagger. Ooh, stagger with a lot of poison there as well. Generate some additional wind. Only attack is already going against Nick Starfield, so we get to trigger our retaliate. We have no sidekick set up. Yeah, so I can use Reflective Strike to take out the enemy front Cockatrice. Also purge something and get another redirect. Fire Claws, you're just doing a buff for the enemy, so anything I can do to prevent that's nice. Exactly enough for Blossoming Strike. I think it's a sign to use Blossoming Strike. Nice try, buddy. Get completely blocked. I can't let you use that explosive rush. That does a lot of damage. Perfect. Excellent. Could not have gone better. One experience for everyone. No one levels, though. Antidote Flask Artifacts. That is 15 healing as well as 5 debuff removal. Has 2 charges, I believe. Yep. 15 healing, 5 debuff removal, and has 2 charges. Sold that in the last episode. Oh. Give me equipment. It's a blank memento. What do you mean, it's a blank memento? That's what I want. In the early runs, as many of those as I can have, please. A new NPC. Wow, my mind must be playing tricks on me now. A real Aethermancer in the flesh. Or, in the ether. Indeed, my name is Syriax. Who are you? I'm Xanre. I live in Pilgrim's Rest, but I'm a bit of an adventurer. Hey, I was wondering, though, There's someone in the void. Is it normal to feel kind of weird? If you've been staying in here too long, then yes. I advise you to seek respite in Pilgrim's Rest immediately. Alright. It's just, I haven't really been outside of Pilgrim's Rest that often. Don't worry. The path behind me should be fairly safe. By rescuing this character, you and your monsters have formed a bond to Pilgrim's Rest. Your monsters have received 2 corruption cleanse. Don't worry. I'll make it back to Pilgrim's Rest. And I'll see you there, buddy. Oh, no monsters down here to ambush me? But I want the experience. Yeah, sure. Let's kill the ooze first, so it doesn't do its slowly ramping AoE damage to us every round. Maybe I should have done something else with the previous action. Maybe used heat first. Well, both enemies are targeting our top line at least, which is nice. Yeah, I don't want to run out of fire before the next turn. Okay, we got to dodge one of them at least. And the poison triggered our retaliator at the very start of the round as well. Reflective Strike both kills the ooze and purges the rest of the enemy's ability to attack this turn. Just need a little bit of time to set up poison, basically. Oh, please stop critting. You're giving additional poison to the Cockatrice constantly. It's getting slightly scary. And this is even with interrupting all of your stuff. Whoa. I'm gonna cleanse those debuffs as well as get some healing. Can't let him go too hog wild. There we go, that's the kind of turn we're looking for. Everyone generated Earth that turn for real. Well, the Reflective Strike does a very surprising amount of damage. Aerial Strike, 3x3 wind attack against target enemy, applies Psychic to self. I mean, realistically, this just replaces the wind kick. Dual Cutter 4x3 wind earth against enemies, critical hits deal 4 additional damage. Urge to enemy ether. Some targeted purge is nice, and considering I took exploit, I do have more things that want interrupt, so yeah, I'll take Mudfling. Another Monster Soul, and then we are out of here. Witch for re-rolling stuff. I definitely want to keep Live and Learn. Toxic Assault is fine. I'm gonna need more crit on you though, to really help justify it. Exploit's also fine. In terms of changing moves, I could lose Flurry on Nick Starfield actually really easily. Because I only need one additional Earth, and then I can use Reflective Strike instead, which applies Redirect to Self, and I already get my dodge from other things. So yeah, I want to replace that Flurry. And we'll ask Lily to do it for us. I read that the people of the Holy City would come out here to worship the monster deities. Being in a place of nature, and place of the monster deities' creation, was of paramount importance to their faith. Apparently, even all those stone monuments around here were created by the monster deities. Interesting, isn't it? Let's re-roll the action of Nick Starfield. Goodbye, a Flurry. Hopefully hello to something more tanky. How could I... Oh, wow. Volcanic Guard. Shield self for 2x6, apply redirect to self, retaliate, triggers a 2x5 earth fire damage attack against the enemy. That's huge. There's also Flash Guard, just a free action to apply redirect to self, but it's worth noting you can only do one free action a turn, and one of my free actions is triggering retaliate, so maybe we want to keep that as is. Just gonna loot all of the stuff around the area, just in case I happen to get wiped in this fight. It's not gonna happen. Just in case. Okay, we're finishing the first biome with just under 40 minutes. Okay, I suspect I probably can get a whole run in a single video. Ideally, I need them to be lower than 2 hours, though, so that I can actually, batch record to release. Volcanic Guard, they're attacking the top line, and then the mid line. Redirect will cause both attacks top line. And I'll even be shielded for them. That's a uniqueness. Let's also just take the opportunity to generate some additional ether. Thank you for attacking me. Get retaliated. Oops, you missed and attacked me again. Get retaliated. I need a little more directed healing, though, for... Only getting 5 health at the start of the turn I don't think is enough there. Purge to enemy ether. Heal all allies for 5 on interrupt. Do stuff. Seems good to me. I can use a Reflective Strike to stagger you, but also you get staggered from pretty much no matter what happens. Which gives me the opportunity instead to use Volcanic Guard, because the enemy is already hitting Nick Starfield on the top line this turn, so this will defend against the incoming damage and the incoming corruption from that damage, as well as triggering a hit back. And also, the redirect that I didn't use that turn is now available next turn, which is really important this turn, where the enemy is not attacking top line at all. Reflexive Strike can purge that off of you. Can anyone else purge off of you? No, I can't generate those easily. Okay, I'll use Reflective Strike so that I can trigger the chain on the single target attack there. Purge an enemy ether, causing an interruption, getting another sidekick stack. And I'll basic attack here instead of Fire Claws. Fire Claws is really good when the enemy has their poise stacks back up, because this enemy just needs to be hit a certain amount of times, and the Fire Claws hits 4 times, so it does really well against that. purge one of my fire. What am I gonna do now? Just cast one of my other fire abilities? The enemy's buffing themselves this turn. I'm actually pretty sure they're using exactly Volcanic Guard as well. We're halfway through the battle. I think Poison's probably still more impactful right now. There we go. Volcanic Guard for you. And then you attack me. And then I attack you. I don't think Retaliate attacks trigger Retaliate, though. Otherwise, obviously, it goes back and forth until someone dies. Pollen Blast. Mudfling. Gimme all that ether. I really do need to have shield, though, on the top line. I'm going to make the choice to keep stacking that poison at the moment just so that I can use... Ooh, I did not expect that to stagger. Great, we use the sidekick to stagger and gain another sidekick. Hell yeah, Toxic Eruption's doing almost lethal damage. Oh, excuse me. If it crits on the poison hit, of course it does lethal damage. God, I need to get Tuttlefirm all the way up to critting constantly somehow. Nick Starfield and Triston are both going to level up. Yeah, Triston, debuff deal 4 more damage against enemies. I'm not really good at applying burn to enemies. Hot Temper does it, but not well. Obviously, this means that poison at least will do 4 more damage by base, which is fine, but I also don't generate that much poison on that many targets. Poison no longer triggers at the start of the turn. Poison damage is doubled. No. It triggering before the enemy turn is really important. Toxic Trait. Aura. On Earth action from any ally, apply poison to each enemy. I mean... the fact that Nick Starfield, both of your redirected things have an Earth trigger means that basically every turn we'll be using that. At least once, that is. More times if I'm using something from coldheart. Actually, Mudfling will do it a lot as well. Everyone has Earth actions they would use that would trigger that relatively consistently. Yeah, Toxic Earth is actually really good with my party. On the start of combat and on dedicated support action, applies 1 dodge to self and shields each ally for 2. So that's important because... it's only dedicated support actions. Damn it. So Heat will not trigger that. Volcanic Guard will, though. And Nick Starfield, I gotta say, you're gonna be casting Volcanic Guard a lot. Control burn. For every ether purged or stolen by allies, apply 1 burn to the enemy with the lowest amount of burn. And of course, every 4 burn applied to enemies, generate fire ether. I'm gonna take Concealed. It makes you a better dodge tank and it gives some additional shields to the rest of the party. It's a very minimal amount. I would like it to be better, but it's also going to stop you from taking that much damage. Boots, rare equipment. 20% evasion and 1 additional water damage. Increase the damage of each water hit by 1, and healing is increased by 1 as well. I think I throw that on Coldheart. Coldheart does water damage. Not all of the time, though, because I gave you wind for your basic attack. Yeah, you've got wind affinity for your basic attack. But Bubble Trick and not really Mud Fling, I guess just Bubble Trick, and as well as your sidekick attacks will do that additional water damage, I believe. Head on into our rest.
So, I suppose you'll try to close the void, eh?
If at all possible, yes. Why?
There are some who believe the void is sacred, and who would certainly try to hinder your progress. Not us, though. The way we see it, the void's just a byproduct of something bigger that happened in the Fractured Ruins. As a concerned party, we're interested to see what will happen next. And, as a child of Sol, it's certain you have a bigger role to play in this.
I see. So that's why you've been following me around?
Exactly. Something big must happen around you sooner or later. We just know it.
I suppose that's true.
Care to buy anything?
Ooh, Drum, common. On support action, cleanses 1 debuff and applies 1 temporary power to target ally. Neat. Oh, another blank memento. There's also the Aethermancer. Whip deals 2x2 hit to an enemy and steals 1 ether. That's really good as well because it can trigger Sidekick from an Aethermancer attack. Ocarina on support action heals the ally with the lowest health 5. 10 evasion, 10 sidekick, 1 additional sidekick. It's middling, I think, here. I'm going to take my blank memento and then some bonus exp. $15 corruption cleanse from everyone. Unfortunately, Nick Starfield is not free of corruption after that. Envoy equipment with equipment modifications, maybe. Show me Envoy, I think. More Aethermancer equipment matters. In my brief time here, I've come to 2 conclusions regarding the massive void phenomenon. 1, it is growing at a slow but steady, inevitable pace, which means it'll eventually devour all of Terrastay, theoretically speaking. 2, its central point is at the center of the former holy city of Vigil, beyond the Fractured Ruins. So, if there is a point of origin to the massive void phenomenon, that will be it. Beyond the Fractured Ruins, at the center of Vigil. Thanks. I'll head there last episode. Should you fail in your quest, your body will rematerialize at the stone circle in the village outside the void, good as new. Your monsters will be quite dead, however. Trade a monster flask for an upgraded artifact. Ooh, for an upgraded artifact. Yeah, upgrade my monster. Oh. Hang on. Hexing Heart +1, 3 charges to purge 2 enemy ether. Aethermancer Whip +1, 3 charges for the 2x2 attack and stealing 1 enemy ether. Or Hourglass of Undoing. Heal all allies by 5. Cleanse 5 corruption from all allies, 3 charges. So that's 15 additional corruption clear for each biome. Sounds good to me. Don't worry, boy! I have mementos. I can remember them. Whole load of dodge stacks for the top line there. Gotta love it. Our basic attacks also do stagger against Domovoy, which is going to be really useful next turn. I think I'm going to try and get Domovoy down first. Yeah, because it's going to invigorate, giving healing to all of its allies as well as giving them regen, so that heals them at the start of their turn. But retaliating does a fire earth attack. So against these Nosferatus, we're going to be doing poise damage with this retaliation. Which is great as long as they choose to keep attacking. heat, and then volcanic guard. Got to get ready for them all. Ooh, invigorate. Dedicated support action from the enemy, heals all allies for 6, applies regeneration to all allies. I suppose what I actually want to do is purge. Monthling is poison to all enemies, as well as healing to all allies, as well as gain sidekick on a unit. On coldheart, that is. Get redirected. Get redirected. Whoa, we can trigger sidekick on our retaliations from Volcanic Guard. Okay, I need to get I need to get Coldheart to have a ridiculous amount of sidekick on him. Because I can trigger that a bunch of times a turn with this retaliate. Craft a memento of Nosferatu, the water wind monster with dodge, heal, and terror as its main tribes. Oh no. Oh, Domovoy, I'm gonna have to leave you alive? Actually, you know what? I can just get it. I will encounter another Domovoy this run. I don't need to catch it right now. Good soup. Thank you for attacking me. I really appreciate it. It allows me to attack you for much more damage. Same back at you, Nosferatu. I'm very good at adding 1 poison to all enemies. I'm not very good at making that poison matter at all. As soon as I get something that's like, when you apply poison to an enemy, trigger regeneration on an ally or something like that, like, it'll go busted. It'll go big busted mode. Oh boy. Well, can I stagger you without killing you is the question. Oh boy, I cannot. Because you're already dead. Nick Starfield got initial dodge +1, so he's going to start a fight with the dodge. Coldheart levels up. For every 3 ether purged or stolen by this monster specifically. Ugh. Cruelty. +3 crit damage at the start of combat and whenever an enemy is staggered, apply 1 force to self. That's not difficult to do, but you don't care about critting. You don't have anything that's like, you have none of your crit skills. Allies have 15% additional crit chance. This giving additional crit chance to the amount of volcanic attacks I do every turn, but also specifically Tatzelwurm, I'm going to take it. Or is the correct thing to try and find more ways to gain sidekick for Coldheart so that I keep triggering it? Oh, that's difficult. More sidekick is so many more attacks because the retaliate we're doing. I think I'm going to spend a reroll here. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shield both attackers for 2. Also, psychic attacks do 2x2s, or on every 4 attacks from allies, purge 1 enemy ether. I'll take joint protection. Realistically, some additional defensiveness is exactly what we need right now. Triston got 1. Oh, sick. Levels up. Oh. Interesting. In Venom, 3x4 earth damage to the target enemy applies 8 poison to the target enemy. That's a lot. That's a lot of poison. Explosive, especially because I already have the ability to do 2 damage per poison. So like this is a really good setup and knockdown. Explosive Exhale applies to regeneration to self, then consume all regeneration stacks to deal 6 damage to target enemy for each stack consumed. You don't gain regeneration much right now. Crystallize applies 2 regeneration to all allies, then shield for 2 for each regeneration stack on them. So that is 4 shield to all allies, 2 regeneration to all allies. But it also gives a bunch of additional regeneration, shield rather, to Nick Starfield, who already has a lot of regeneration. Increasingly, Triston, I do think you should probably be a support unit. But Envenom would be exactly what you need to go aggressive. Let's give you Envenom. Head back to find some dead ends, because we accidentally found our way out of here. Whoops. I was trying to sneak past them, see if I could leap down from the high ground. Oh wow, lava soup to interrupt 2 of you? That's actually sick. I do really want Volcanic Guard though. I want to prevent both of those from the first turn, but also if I don't, I can do so much more. Fine, use Lava Soup. Purge a ridiculous amount from the enemies. Gain 2 sidekick. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going to reactivate Potzelworm. Welcome back, Triston. It is time to basic attack again. Simply and exclusively so that I have enough resources to cast Volcanic Guard on the top line. Additional poison to all enemies, additional shield to all allies, and everyone is going to be attacking Nick Starfield this turn, so everyone is going to get retaliated, including a stagger against that Shambler. Just a whole mess of damage against that book. You better believe the other Shambler's getting the same treatment. Yeah, give me a Shambler, please. Craft that memento. A Water Wind Shambler with Tank, Ether, and Age. It's unfortunate I have to keep using these basic attacks on Tatzelworm to generate the fire that I need. Wait, the enemies are both generating wild ember this turn, wild energy this turn. They're using, where is it? Wild Ritual. Generate wild ether, apply power to self. So if they're not attacking this turn, I don't need to redirect. I certainly don't need to retaliate. Actually, redirect could still be okay, though. Because the redirect will persist, so I'll just have that. Future turn. Might as well try and generate some ether advantage while no one's really doing anything. They have so much wild ether. I'm never going to be able to stop them from casting a specific thing without staggering, of course. Though speaking of, big stagger hours here. Toxic Eruption destroys the Shambler in the front line. Hell yeah. Again, that's wild that you're doing over there, so I don't need to worry. This literally just is how much damage can I do to you. We got this. There we go. I was looking for an action that would do it in a single hit. Okay, a little bit of worthiness for everyone. Nick Starfield levels up. Super huge. Applies dodge to target ally as a free action. Heal target ally 2x6. Applies dodge to target ally. Explosive Rush. This is a decent finisher. Having access to this wouldn't be bad. Just in case I don't want to let the enemy get their move out. Talisman. Common equipment. Whenever a buff is applied to this monster, 15% chance to stack another of the same buff. That would be good on Nick Starfield. Just because 15% of the time you get dodge and you get an additional dodge, or 15% of the time you get a redirect and get another redirect for free. Unfortunately, it's much worse than the purging ability on the chain at the moment. Three gold and I trudge onwards. Did I catch Doma Boy? I did. I didn't catch Doma Boy. I caught Nosferatu. Okay, cool. Let's get this Domo Boy. I will go with the Volcanic Guard. Two enemies attacking here justifies it, I feel. And we'll start using Coldheart's basic attack to try and stagger the Domo Boy. Thank you for hitting me. Taste Retaliation. Oh, I don't get to retaliate against a sidekick hit. I only get to retaliate original. No. And then they heal up. How dare they? Don't they know I'm trying to kill him? Mudfling lets us get 2 sidekick stacks, 2 temporary power for all allies, as well as heal everyone. Stagger you. badly. Explosive Rush does obviously a huge amount of damage at the moment, but I really do think I need the Explosive Volcanic Guard again. Especially because 2 of the enemies are already intending to attack the top line, so this is just 2 attacks rather than 1. Even if I didn't crit there, you would have gotten staggered to the poison at the start of your turn as well. Get him! Get him! Is it finally time to stagger Domo Boy? Okie dokie. I don't really want to let the Nosferatu on that top line do that move. A couple different ways of interrupting it though. Ooh. That's a good Mudfling right there. I can stagger Domovoy with a sidekick attack. Which actually also gains a stagger. Yay. Oh no, I have no black mementos! No! Domo Boy! My Domo Boy! To turn the heat up. And Volcanic Guard him. Thank you for considering attack. Enjoy your stagger in response. Add the sidekick. Here's your change. Perfect. As long as I can handle the corruption consistently on our top line, I feel like we're going to do really well. Third grants us a bunch of additional damage, and then don't even need the sidekick to finish him off. Hell yeah. Coldheart levels up once again. 4x5. Apply sidekick to self as a free action. Ooh, water damage +1 as well, so Drown's doing the additional damage. Also, that Purge is nice, but like, when am I going to find myself wanting to use that rather than Mudfling? I guess when I want to attack at the same time. 2x6 Water Wind against all enemies. Crits do additional damage. I don't think sidekick to self makes any sort of sense here, though. If it was an earth action, maybe. I could either reroll, or I could just take Drown. I'll take Drown. I want to keep my rerolls, especially for rerolling auras. Debuff Cleanse. Ooh. Is that better than any of these? Debuff Cleanse at the start of your turn. Cleanse 2 debuffs from this monster. Okay, it's worse. Scrap that. Release a soul to grant 5 additional health to a monster. Realistically, it should be to one that is likely to die. And like, if the enemy can get an attack through us to Triston, Triston has almost no max HP. So it matters much more on you than it does on Nick Starfield. Then we've got one more dead end to explore. And we did it. Give me that ether spring.
I want that spring. Give me that spring.
Start of your turn, generate a water or a wind ether. It's got to be wind, right? I don't know, maybe it is water, actually. I've got many more water moves than I have wind moves. Yeah, give me water, please, actually. Just an additional ether each turn until the end of the run. Huge hit. The Soul Altar. A crude altar made by the Monsterkin many centuries ago as a place of worship for monster deities. I can release a monster soul here and go for critical boon. All allies gain 15% crit chance. I could start each battle with 2 sidekick on all allies, but honestly, give me the critical boon. I think the sidekick's probably better, but the critical boon's more fun. I was about to say I don't think I have a Mephisto yet, but I also don't have a blank memento to inscribe you upon. I'm gonna hit the heat and volcanic guard here. Perfect. Aqua Pounce. Bubble. Whoa, hang on. Aqua Pounce is the only one doing the purging? That surprises me. Sure. I'll do it to prevent the Shambler from doing its best move there, which is the wild generation. Yeah, this should do okay. I kind of want to retaliate, generate ether for Nick Starfield on the top line there. Like, it'd be so much ether every turn. Granted, it's not available on the very first turn, but we do trigger a retaliate on the first turn if we use the... what is the name of it? It's the Temper Starter. The free action that does some damage to ourselves. Heat. We turn up the heat. I can stagger the only enemy that's actually attacking this turn, so redirecting isn't necessary. Actually, I can explosive rush the top line. Big stagger there. I deal 5 damage to myself. Also can retaliate trigger as well. Then Envenom for a bunch of poison on Nosferatu. Second unit staggered, and yep. We have exactly the type elemental appropriate for staggering the Grimoire at the very end as well. So no one gets to take an action this round, except for me. Oh, they're doing basically the same turn again. Okay, well, Toxic Corruption will use all that poison we put on you previously to do damage. That worked out really well. Oh, Grimoire is also dead before its action now. Although I can still set up Bubble Trick on it. Do I take Corruption to my own self-hits? I don't think I saw Corruption added to Nyx there. Levels up, come on. massive regeneration. This monster has +2 max health for each level it has. It heals 1 more from regeneration for every 25 max health. I mean, that's more survivability on you, but realistically, these are all aura effects. You should probably have something better. Whoa, hang on. Cruelty. +3 crit damage at the start of combat, and whenever an enemy is staggered, apply 1 force to self. Yes, please. I do a lot of staggering, which means that unit gets force, and force is just guaranteed crits. Ocarina Rare. Support actions. Heal the ally with the lowest health for 5. Regeneration, 50% chance to apply regeneration itself at the end of the turn. I mean, realistically, Nick Starfield would actually use this exceptionally well. Although it doesn't need the regeneration chance because more regeneration stacks doesn't necessarily help it. I lose the Purge, but I am most often preventing enemies from ever acting, not with Purge, but with Stagger, and then just killing them on the second round. I'll take it. Oh, hell yeah. Drown manages to interrupt twice as well as stagger once. So that's some more force as well as some more sidekicks set up. Definitely going to throw out Volcanic Guard. And yeah, I should probably get a jump on stopping this guy from attacking. Thanks, bud. Ooh, missed both attacks. That's important. I've been wondering how that happens. The enemy missed both attacks on me, but I still trigger retaliate because it declared an attack against me. It doesn't have to hit me. Gotta steal that ether. Sadly, doesn't look like that's going to be enough to take down that bottom liner, but I am going to heat things up. That heat is a support action as well, so it heals. And then Volcanic Guard, another support action. Ooh, decent amount of healing on that top line. Unfortunately, all my units are full health. How dare they do that to me? Get him. Oh no! You managed to mineralize. How dare you? And then you gave even more shield to the whole party. How dare you twice over? Okay, Drown is actually doing incredible work. It's the best move I can use constantly. All right, Tutselworm. Basically, everyone else staggers the enemies a bunch, giving Tutselworm a bunch of crit, and then eventually Triston attacks and gives a ridiculous amount of poison to the enemies. Whenever an ally evades a hit, deal a 5 wind damage hit to the attacker. Triggers up to once per enemy per turn. Ooh. Whenever an ally evades a hit, generate wind ether if you have 5 or more wind ether while generated instead. Unfortunately, that only triggers up to once per ally per turn, and Nyx is dodging multiple times each turn, so that's not ideal. For every 50 wind or wild damage dealt to enemies, apply dodge to the ally with the lowest amount of dodge. It's probably After Storm here, because it'll a lot of the time this will just be an additional hit to enemies who are trying to hit Nyx, because Nyx dodges like 1 out of every hit at least. I also kind of want to reroll because there's definitely better things than this, but this is just a free hit. It's a free wind damage hit as well. Yeah, it's worth it. I think at least. Ocarina, rare, equipment. Oh! That's better than the Ocarina I just picked up. It's got dodge chance, 25%, so just on action, 25% chance to apply dodge to self, obviously relevant. An Earth Generator. Basic attacks generate an additional Earth. Sack a Monster Soul to enter through the Soul Gate, and we get just 1 EXP on Coldheart for having done so. Alright, fair enough. Already interacted with that. I think there's another set of monsters before I leave. Yay, there we are. Definitely gonna have to use the basic attack to open here. Oh my god. Hell yeah, take away all of their water. No water. No water for you. Just basic attacks only, friends. And then a Triston follow-up to generate the energy for heat. And Volcanic Guard. How dare you invigorate them? Doma Boy, don't you know? You're just prolonging the inevitable. If you don't heal your friends, they can only take a maximum of 82 damage. If you heal them, they can take hundreds. Don't heal friends. Looks like I managed to dodge 0 of the attacks there, unfortunately. Gotta prevent their bottom liner from getting a turn here. It's trying to hit all of us for a bunch of lava damage. How dare you? Unfortunately, I can only interrupt one thing at a time right now, it looks like. Well, might as well do some damage. See if I can't just prevent the top line from even getting a turn. Ooh. Yes, indeed we can, but if I avoid doing that, I can kill instead. That sounds better to me. Come, break yourself upon the wall. Ugh, that's not great. Snowmark. Giant heal and some shield on an ally there that I was really hoping to be killing. Hey, they missed an attack on me. Enjoy your wind damage hit. When's that wind damage hit getting dealt? So I'm not seeing it actually deal the damage. Also, it'd be really, really quite nice to have a single AoE hit here now. Well, we would have overkilled there, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to take the opportunity to prevent Mephisto from taking an attack there. As long as this doesn't insta-kill Tutzel. Oh my god, it's literally half of Tutzel's health. Triston, no! Oh, okay. Yeah, I just needed to find the way to stagger this enemy, and we have enough wind damage as long as I get another sidekick out of Coldheart. Perfect. And this even gives me the ability to follow up with a giant amount of poison from Venom. That'll do it. I've got to be getting pretty close to the boss fight. I wouldn't be surprised if the next area had the boss fight in. Coldheart levels up with crit chance 10% on every 3 crits generate wild ether. Not great. There's also Cruelty, which we already have on Triston. +3 crit damage at the start of combat, and whenever an enemy is staggered, apply 1 force to self. Which, yeah, it's not bad. It's just, I also don't really care about critting on you. Your damage isn't especially high. So I really feel like some passive trigger that's happening constantly would be much more impactful. I will reroll here. On attack, if this monster has 2 or more regeneration, apply Sidekick to self, trigger regeneration on self, and then consume another regeneration stack. You don't gain regen, unfortunately. Whenever this monster purchases or steals ether, break 1 poise of the same element on all enemies. You do so sometimes. Disruptive Prime, for every 3 ether purchased or stolen, apply power to self. I'm going to reroll again. Whenever an ally evades a hit, apply Sidekick to them. Sick. Oh, shock. On interrupt, deal a 6 fire wind damage hit to that enemy. That's also huge. Do I benefit from applying side? Yeah, I think I do still benefit from applying sidekick to Nyx. Pick up a monster soul, which is great because I immediately need to release a monster soul to gain access to this area for the epic banner. All allies get +10 crit chance and evasion, 1 power at the start of combat, 1 debuff cleanse every turn, as well as basic attacks generate an additional fire ether. I guess maybe on Coldheart. Yeah, it's fine if your basic attacks generate fire. I can still definitely use that on other characters. Do I have good things to reroll? I mean, honestly, Afterstorm is very low value. Toxic Earth isn't doing that much for us either. Martial Prowess will get better. Alright. Do I want to reroll? Whenever an ally evades a hit, apply sidekick to them. Only triggers once in a turn, though. That also feels like that could easily be changed. That. And I think Toxic Earth are the two ones that I want to change the most. Gimme. Wait, was that trait? Yeah. Give Triston a reroll on Toxic Earth. Whenever regeneration triggers on an ally, shield them for 4. Whenever poison triggers on an enemy, apply poison to all enemies. And poison no longer doubles. Alright, I'm going to use Regeneration Shield just to give some additional shielding to the Nick Starfield Cockatrice. There's usually a bunch of stuff to collect, even if it is just the fight against the bosses, so. Where is my loot? Where is my bounty? Where is my hoard? An occult ritual circle. Definitely a recent addition in the environment. It's dedicated to neither Soul nor the monster deities. The isolated nature of the Forbidden Fortress has made it a perfect hiding place for unheard of religious groups and that prefer to remain unheard of. Alright, Starspawn, you're going down, buddy. Additional shield to prepare for the icy assaults happening here. It's going to be really useful as well. Fire is a problem for us this turn. Okay, so I can do the reflective strike. That's actually really good. Wind earth damage is exactly what I need for the stagger. Oh, I'm missing out on earth. Thankfully, I can generate that here. And then in with the reflective strike. Unfortunately, I don't get to retaliate to that. And again. Okay, choosing water as your element is perfect. Now I can turn up the heat. Drop Volcanic Guard as well. Definitely still care about stacking some additional poison on you and staggering you. What is that move that Starspawn's trying to do? It is... That's Icy Assault? I've probably got enough health to let you just do that attack. I also don't have any way to stop you from just doing that attack, so may as well let it happen. Hourglass of Undoing heals 5 corruption from all allies. I've got 3 charges of this. I should make sure that I use them before the end of this battle, because after this battle, that gets refreshed. Oh no, it is water! Oops, I gave him a wild. I did not want to give them the wild. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Got him. Time to the void is Earth. Completely fine. Ooh. I think I should just envenom for 8 poison straight up. Wait, is that earth or wind? Sorry. It's got to be wind. Ooh. I'm a little concerned here. We're not really capable of stopping any of the enemy's, like, really powerful actions this turn. So I kind of just have to soak it up. Tatzelperm is going to be the one taking the hit as well. That seems really bad. Okay, I'm going to reactivate Tatzelperm. Triston, let's go. You need to attack in order to generate the resources to hit up a volcanic guard. That's 7 dodge stacks on you as well. So good. I'll start getting a drop on trying to purge some enemy ether as well. Lava Surge hits all of us. Does a lot of damage. Thankfully, I have... yeah. The Icy Assault goes on our tank. That would have killed Triston. I'm pretty certain of that. Earth. I have a redirect right now. Okay. I'll throw heat on Nyx and should be able to explosive rush for a huge amount of damage. 8x4 water fire damage as well, so gets a lot of poise off the enemy. On interrupt applies power to self. Toxic Eruption definitely does the most damage from Tatzel's attacks. There's Hourglass of Undoing again for some additional healing. Throw the giant Toxic Eruption. Yeah, it even crits on the 42 damage hit. Huge. Some resource generation. Pretty sure we're still okay. Yeah. Here's the redirect. Oh, you're kidding me. That almost managed to kill Nyx. That would have been terrifying, just to lose the tank in and amidst all of this. That said... yeah, we've got enough damage to kill now. Sick. Everyone's pretty close to getting worthy enough for another level. Triston hit 7, though. Energizing Strike, a 5-2 fire wind damage against the target enemy. Applies 3 regen to self. You have something that triggers on regen, don't you? Yeah, when regen triggers on an ally, shield them for 4, so it's just some additional shielding for you. Cleanses 4 debuffs from self. It'd also have to replace one of your abilities. It'd be Fire Claws, right? Yeah, to replace Fire Claws. Having some ability to remove debuffs from self seems like it could be relevant. Talisman. Whenever a buff is applied this unit, 20% chance to apply it again. Kind of want to do that on Nyx. But also, the Ocarina is a lot of our health at the moment. Time for some respite. Oh, and I can get a Do you know anything about the Cult of Ether?
Of course. But around here, they're better known as the Cult of the Void nowadays.
That sounds concerning.
A little bit, yes. Care to buy anything?
Ooh, Drum Epic. Wild Conversion converts the first ether generated by this monster each turn to Wild Ether. Poison damage +1, Earth damage +1. Cleanses 4 debuffs and applies 1 temporary power to a target ally. Not actually especially interested, to be honest. I'll buy out as much EXP as they'll let me. And then sure, a monster soul, because I can. Cleanse our friends and move onwards. Knight, ooh. So the Knight could allow us to upgrade equipment. Upgrading the Ocarina just means it'll be healing for a larger amount. Upgrading the banner, I don't think I can even do that. I think Epic might be the highest. And the blade would just get more crit chance. I want to leave those two open to changing their equipment if I find something ridiculous. Give me a random NPC. So it looks like it's about 1.5 hours to get to the final zone. So it's probably, if I speed through things, about a 2-hour run. It's hard to imagine how old Monsterkin used to live in a place like this. Terrastea was really different during that time. I imagine that the Monsterkin must have felt proud and a sense of unity, which has since been lost. Let's re-roll a trait. I kind of want to get rid of that regeneration shield and look for something even better. Triston. Aura. For every 3 consumed regeneration stacks, apply power to the ally with the least amount of power. Sleight of hand. +3 critical damage. For every third hit of a action is a critical hit. For multi-target actions, it is every second hit instead. Also long-lived. Whenever regeneration stacks are applied to an ally, apply an additional stack. The healing is reduced by 1. I don't need all those additional stacks. I will take sleight of hand, so we've got just additional crit stuff. Oh, no, I don't need to immediately leave the area before I combat any enemies, please. I would like the experience they offer. Okay, also the loot. What do I need to prevent them from doing? You're trying to Blossoming Strike and Summer of Firelance. I mean, Summoning a Firelance certainly seems like the worst one. It's just another unit the enemy gets to play with every turn. Absolutely not. This Energizing Strike will crit, so I can remove Blossoming Strike from you as well. Alternatively, I can generate Fire and Earth, and then redirect. Maybe Fire and Earth and redirect is actually stronger. Yeah, I really like Volcanic Guard. We dodged a little bit of the Blossoming Strike. Hey, and the additional sidekick. Ooh. I thought we were actually decently defended against that, and then the second hit did another 17 damage, and now I am terrified. Oh no. They've got so much ether, I can't really stop them from doing any actions. Can certainly use a reflective strike. Oh, you know what it is, actually? I'm gonna have to get rid of the Sphinx first, I think. And then I'm gonna Rod of Command so that I can follow up with Volcanic Guard. So that's 2 redirect, as well as I've got the Retaliate active, so should be pretty comfortable here now. And then I'm going to take the opportunity to just follow up by generating as much ether as I can for the next turn. Oh. Maybe an Energizing Strike is a good idea right now, actually. Prevent one of the Blossoming... Save one of the redirects for a future turn, and no. I'll focus on getting the Sphinx down. Oh, that'll do it.
Nice.
Big defense, decent dodge. Retaliate doesn't do that much damage. It's probably the worst part of it right now. Just collecting a little more wind here so that I have the ability to stagger 2 enemies this round. And yeah, Energizing Strike literally just trying to deal as much damage as we possibly can, because getting one of these dead in the next round is going to be really important. I can't let both of them attack next turn. Oh. Unfortunately, I can't interrupt both of them at the same time with that sap. Toxic Eruption does a decent amount of damage. Decent enough. I think maybe I'm looking for heat, then just Explosive Rush. Got enough earth to take you out with the Envenom and the additional poison it causes. And then, honestly, purging enemy ether doesn't even seem that useful at this point. Give me some more energy. Okay, could have been significantly worse. We're fine. They gain some more regeneration. They're getting 10% of their health back every turn, which is a lot, admittedly. You don't have much poison on you, though, so I can't really envenom you for much value. Consider yourself energized. And struck. Do a basic attack literally just so that I can set up some crit. Not some crit, sorry, some poison on the next turn. Because that's going to be the most impactful move I can make. Hell, give me more resources as well. None of our special actions were necessarily that much better than it. Oh boy. Insane embedded damage right there. And enough resources to just run wild on. Oh, sick. Nick Starfield and Triston both got hit +1. That is anytime you do a hit, one more hit. Nick Starfield levels up as well. Alchemical Charge, Reflective Trap. Applies 2 dodge to target ally, and then retaliate. Triggers 2/5 Earth Wind attack against the enemy. I mean, that seems nice. It's giving dodge to a target ally, though. 3/4. Purge 2 if the enemy has burn. Otherwise, apply burn. I don't really love any of these, actually. I'm going to take the max health. Oh, there's the electrical jolt. 2 psychic to self and 2 temporary power to allies. But I'm using your stealing for that. Reactive storm. Don't you have a way to crit? Didn't I somehow give you stupid crit for some reason? No, I did not. On crit, triggers regeneration on the lowest health ally. So is it regeneration on the ally that has the lowest health with regeneration on them? Or, like, if I have regen on my healthiest ally, does my lowest health ally trigger the regeneration they don't have? Energy Rush is decent sidekick application, but only if I'm interrupting with it, which a Fire Wind attack isn't going to consistently do. I'm going to take the health there as well. Orb. No, thank you. Back from whence you came, Orb. Buppy. No, I don't have the black mementos out of it. Next run. Next run, I'm going to keep some mementos for some of y'all. I want to play with that Sphinx. Yeah, 1000%. Gotta hit myself first, just to show them who to hit. Good God. Hang on, I'll even unlock the ability to do Energizing Strike if I just attack with Coldheart here. That's all of the resources for Energizing Strike. Oh, damn it. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try and take out the big health enemy first. The Medusa has a bunch of reasons not to want to be attacked. Thank you for those attacks. Yeah, sure, I can put you down with Explosive Rush, but that's not really exciting. I also can't purge another ether to prevent anyone from taking an action, which that's a bit sad. Not really using water for much else, so I might as well start purging the enemy, see if I can eventually come back around and have that be that useful. That needs one earth. Slash hits with big crit first. I already have a redirect on the top line character, so I'll be blocking that one hit. Do I want to retaliate to them, or... just generate more ether, I guess? I'll retaliate. Largely for the shield, to be honest, though. That's a lot of additional sidekick and damage. Especially before that slime volley that hits all of us. Dude. Oh no, they managed to continue hitting Totzelworm. That's not good. Yeah, definitely good that I had a lot of defense going on this turn. My god. How do I heal mid-fight? Heal allows 5, give him corruption. 3x4 earth water to all enemies, applies 3 poison to all enemies and self, and then generates an ether. Yeah, that's fine. Apply 2 regen to all allies, seems certainly much more appealing. Kind of just have to do that to get by. I'm gonna cleanse Totzel. Take out one of the enemies, just simplified field a little bit. And that also, yeah, leaves me with enough. Ooh. Yeah, that's a stagger on the back line already. Actually, hang on, none of the enemies are attacking this turn. Not enough burn poison to take him down, but by Jove, it should do it this turn. Yes, yes. Thank you for the poison. Now die. Yeah, as long as I have some earth left at the end of this, we're fine. And that counts as earth. Get him! Before we end this fight, though, I will lower the corruption of all of my friendlies by 5. Yeah. I'm increasingly feeling wary that it seems like the enemies collaborating together are very, very capable of just instantly slaying one of my guys. Meteorite Epic. Crit damage +2. Ooh. Burn damage +1. Regeneration chance. On action, 50% chance to regenerate. I mean, I kind of want to take it instead of the blade just because it's epic. Converts one random ether to wild ether and shields self before every support action. You don't commit that many support actions. Two additional damage on crits, though. 50% chance to gain regen, pretty relevant. Burn damage against enemies increased by 1. Not super relevant. Honestly, Nick Starfield, you could take this. Actually, yeah. On support action, shield self for 4? Absolutely. One of the Vigil's magic creations. A fruit which allows one to cultivate their own innate abilities. Fittingly, it's called a cultivation. The product is a mix of careful cultivation and ether crystal magic. The ripe cultivation fruit glistens invitingly. Any one of your monster would certainly enjoy tasting it. Choose one of your monsters to receive the cultivation fruit, then choose one of its types. On the monster's next level up, the chances for skills of that type will be heavily increased, and there will be at least one Maverick skill. The chosen monster also immediately gains 2 experience. Then choose one of its types. I want to give Triston tank stuff, I think. Wait, hang on. No, Nick Starfield tank stuff. Do I? Coldheart could try and find more sidekick stuff. Critical Purge. Triston. Critical Poison. Tristan, let's give you critical, actually. And then you immediately level up. Hunt. Don't I have that on another ally? No, I don't. 15% crit chance to everyone, though. Vigorous Edge. Your allies gain 15% crit chance for every regeneration stack on them. Each attack consumes 1 regen. I'm going to do that just because it means that Nyx is going to be critting on every single response. Which is one way to increase the damage from Nyx. Hell yeah. Let's fling some mud, and in doing so gain some temporary power as well as some sidekick. Yeah, I really do want to set up a retaliate this turn. Because 2 units are hitting the top line by themselves. Oh, I would have been able to do my other support ability first, because I would have created a Wild Ember by doing so. Should keep that in mind. Thank you. Get got. Ugh. Crit him! Crit on all 3 hits back. Hell yeah. Let's throw Energizing Strike against the Unstaggered. Perfect. I'll get it done, buddy. Quickly let things heat up. And then Volcanic Guard was entirely unnecessary. I was intending to immediately kill them after that, but I don't know. 22 shield after doing our normal cycle seems pretty good. Coldheart is leveled up to 4 on worthiness and is no longer gaining any... I mean, I don't know about levels after this, but is no longer gaining any additional stats for the creature. Now it's just ether crystals. Nick Starfield levels up. Ooh, Retaliate. Shield Cell for 4. This trait triggers 3 times. Sorry, if this trait triggers 3 times, cleanse 3 corruption from self. Whoa! Hang on! Retaliate. If this monster has 50% or more health, purge 1 enemy ether. Yes. Yes, please. Cruelty? Yeah. I'll take Boy's Purging on Coldheart. Not necessarily a good hit there, but it'll be fine. Okay. I do believe that's everything, but I'm just gonna very quickly waddle around, because it's a huge amount of value to lose if you leave something behind. Alrighty, the spring. Two different water versions. Your monsters do 1 additional water damage, or at the start of your turn, heal all of your monsters by 4. Yes, please. I would significantly prefer to be safer than I currently am. We're getting way too close to just randomly dying to something. Although with these retaliates, I might be able to purge all of their stuff off now. Thank you, Triston, for setting up our top line like that. As these enemies attack, they are going to be generating additional ether as well, so maybe I do drown you. Oops. Unfortunately, I prevented you from attacking. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Should have thought that I was going to crit. I think that did some decent purging. It's just slightly difficult to tell because they were generating so much ether at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna just completely turn off your abilities. None of that, how dare you? Oh boy. Way too much psychic damage there. Yeah, I can heat now. Oh no, wait, no. Yeah, because if it generates the wild ember out of the fire, I don't get to respond anymore. Oops. I do really want to redirect the attacks to myself, so. Almost enough to kill that Medusa as well. Stop eating Tutzel! Triston is weak like paper. But also strong like a paper cut. Deals 1 by 26 fire damage to the enemy. You know what? Yeah, I will let you do that. So Tristan's going to level up once more before the end of the run. Chain. Oh, epic chain. On a single target attack, if the enemies have 4 or more ether, purge and ether. It gives debuff cleanse as well as initial temporary power. On single target attack, if the enemies have more than 4 ether, purge 1. I think that should go on Coldheart. I lose the 10% crit chance and evasion on all allies. But other than that, this is a lot better. Especially because we're using Sidekick, which is single target attacks. This colorful tree is known for its varieties of magical nectar. Each one may alter current features in different ways. It is harvest season for the enchanted trees. 3 different types of nectar are available. Keep in mind, you'll only choose one of them. The tree will be dry then, so only one of your monsters may benefit. Each nectar gives a different perk to a monster. Ether +1, damage +1, or defense +1. Each one first chooses one of the current perks to be replaced, though. Who has a perk they're not using? I guess Tristan's poison damage +1 is irrelevant. So I can either increase the hit of each damage of each hit by 1, reduce the damage of each hit incoming by 1, or generate an additional ether semi-randomly, preferring ether this monster is missing for any of their actions. Absolutely that. Also a fountain of equivalent exchange, where we give gold, as much gold as I can give, or as many crystals as I can get. Oh boy, what are you as well? This is a garden protector, a magical plant grown by the former caretakers of the garden district. Unfortunately, it's become corrupted by the void. You may choose to release 2 souls in order to fully cleanse all corruption from one of your monsters. Pretty cool. I don't have the souls to pay for it, though. It'd be pretty cool if I did. Oh, hell yeah. I absolutely love interrupting 2 attacks and getting both stacks of sidekick at the same time there. Huge. I only need 1 earth to be able to do what I need. I'm gonna kill you first, Sphinx. I don't want you to buff your friends. Hell, I don't want you healing them. Actually, why don't you go ahead and not consider them at all? Forget your friends. Why don't you wade into the ocean for me, buddy? There we go. Get up that guard. A decent amount of stuff there. Could have been better though. Obviously, I need the enemies to do more attacks. Those are attacks. Yeah, I'm just not certain if I want to let you do them. Perfect. Managed to take out the Sphinx and trigger double sidekick after that as well. Speed things up. Turns the water into a wild forest, which then gives me the ability to follow up with a volcanic guard. But realistically, I should probably just stop someone from acting. So I can use Reflective Strike, getting an additional redirect for next turn, not having to worry about Retaliate. Oh. Okay, yeah, not having to worry about Retaliate because I'm able to stagger the final enemy with just a normal attack. Yeah. I think I just... don't know if I do have enough damage to actually be able to take out that top liner right here. Yeah, I don't. But... do I need to? Perfect. Not at all, as it turns out. Feel free, come, attack my top line. See if I care. Take 12 damage for having had the audacity to try and do so. And with that 12 poison on you, we can use Toxic Eruption to just explode you for 41 damage. Also, I think this is probably happening like this. Give me a second to pull up Triston's stats. No. Poison tank on you, shield self for 2x7, apply redirect to self, and on retaliate trigger poison on all enemies. No. Blossoming Strike to regen on all allies, as well as that hit. Explosive Burst. 15% additional crit chance, critical hits, purge one enemy ether. If this was attacking all enemies, yes, but without that, I'm going to take the max health. Especially because Triston is the lowest health of our characters. Banner. Burn damage +1, heal generator at the start of your turn, heal self for 3. I think I take this. Because the blade is only giving me 15% crit chance. This gives 10% crit chance to everyone, and 10% evasion. Can't I loot a monster soul from somewhere? Please? I even bought one. How important is it that I reroll stuff right now? Retaliate. Afterstorm is very minimal in its impact. So is Poise Purging. But I guess I could go to a merchant instead. Knight. All of my equipment is epic, so Knight would just give me, what, some additional modification for it, I imagine? Yeah, show me. I assume you can't turn it into a legendary piece of equipment.
I've heard many stories about your kind, Syriax.
I hope nothing that paints us as too villainous.
Villains? Nay, you're the heroes, guiding monsters towards worthiness, helping out across Terrace Day.
That certainly is the idea. In practice, however, our history looks a bit different.
Don't worry about ancient history. Besides, as fellow Void Delvers, we can help each other out.
Upgrade a tier if possible, and pick a new affix for it. I think maybe Nyx. Let's get a new affix for your meteorite. Crit chance, 10%. 15% chance on attack to apply poison. 10% crit chance. Yeah, that's still epic. Okay, so very, very little difference there, unfortunately. Oh, There's that pesky hand. Guess I maybe should have taken a merchant because I'm not going to have another opportunity to now. Get him. What is your first move there? You are using Crystalline Charge. Can't let you use that. That ages you. I need you to stay young and beautiful. Well, young in any case. Hit it with Mud Fling. Also got to remember I've got all of these here to use. Volcanic Guard while I have all of this health, so you generate Ember, and I'm going to immediately take that Ember away from you. Thank you for attacking me. You generated 3 Ember. I will steal one of those. Thank you for attacking me again. Guess what's going to happen? Staggered even. That's just a full free round we get to attack you? No! All right, yeah, we only stagger one of your actions because you're a boss. I definitely think staying ahead is going to be possible for us now. Just because of how much purge we can actually get out there. I don't need necessarily to have a retaliate this turn, because it's only one hit. Like, if the enemy's doing 2 attacks in a single turn, I'll use Volcanic Guard. Without that, maybe I should air towards Wind Strike. Gives me the redirect anyway. Thank you again. Oh, that's a lot of green energy. Modeling to stop some of it. Yeah, I need more direct. More redirect, rather, and need it post-haste as well. I'll take that. Heat. That also purges an enemy when I'm just using heat against myself. That still purges an enemy ether. Follow it with another Volcanic Guard, and yeah, the worst part is the next attack, which is going to hit everyone. Soundwave. For 9 damage against everyone 2 times, and 2 weakness. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Do I have any good way of removing debuffs from allies here? Reset action summon. Ugh. Oh, and then you immediately trigger heavy-handed, 100-handed after that as well. Yeah, that could have been pretty bad. Glad we get to retaliate to that at least. Hell yeah. Just going to drown and prevent both of your actions. I kind of want Envenom, but kind of is the maximum that gets to. Just because if I really want to do that, I would have to avoid the best play this turn, which is Heat and Volcanic Guard. And just let him go wild. Oh, good. Wait, if we stagger them mid-attack... Okay, it cancels their second attack for the round. Interesting. I kind of did want to retaliate to it, though. Really want to throw a bunch of additional poison on you. Oh, I didn't mention this earlier. Toxic Eruption, 2x2 fire earth damage, and then deals an additional X damage hit. Triston, due to your sleight of hand, every third hit of an action is a critical hit. So that means that you're always critting on the one that is related to how many poison stacks the enemy has. Seems very good. When you use Hourglass of Undoing, actually, no. We're fine. I have so much wild energy, I can do this. Thank you, Drum, for having converted so many things to wild energy the entire time. And hell, leaves a perfect amount to just throw a drown at him. You fully missed him. But they're not going to miss you with the retaliate. And yet again. Get him. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure that Toxic Assault just finishes this one now. Oh my god. Yep, never mind. We don't even have to get the Toxic Assault out. The enemy's reset action involves them also attacking us, so we get another retaliate and another sidekick afterwards. Sick. Starfields levels up to 9. Apply 2 dodge to target ally. Nope. Shield allies for 3/3. Cleanses 3 debuffs from allies. Applies redirect to self. It's not awful. That one's not awful. Only when I know the enemy is doing an AoE attack and I can't really prevent it. That's not the case that happens constantly. Leaves in the Wind. Applies 3 sidekick to self, applies dodge to all allies, and cleanses 3 corruption from all allies on first use each combat. Not half bad. Actually really good. Also uses ether that I don't often. Gimme. What do I replace with this? Wind kick. Absolutely unnecessary. I always have something other than wind kick to do. Next Starfield gains 2. Yeah, it's not going to be enough to get us another level before the boss of the run.
Welcome to the sacred vigils of The sacred remains of Vigil, the holy city. Can you imagine what lavish lives the Monsterkin lived here hundreds of years ago? Of course, the Garden District was reserved for the most blue-blooded and noble Monsterkin. Care to buy anything?
That talisman's not great. Lance is way too common. I mean, I could just buy a bunch of EXP, but it won't really do anything. Like, I'm pretty sure... Look, I'm just going to buy it out because I can. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get another enemy. So that's not really going to have any impact here. Head into the next zone. We go into the mirror of the Forbidden Fortress. We finally made it back. I can still feel chernabog. I need to reach them again. Brace yourselves. Come on, chernabog. Isn't chernabog like a... I'm working off of like a misinterpretation of Slavic folklore that I'm working with from an article that I read after an episode of American Gods. Aren't you like an evil Slavic god? Or like you're the evil side? Like chernabog and someone else, they're like, you know, god and devil, but like incarnate in a single individual. Maybe I should read slightly more before I speak about something. Back for more, I see. I'm here to talk. Then you shouldn't have come back. Buddy, I'm gonna break those hands clean off. I can stagger the water hand. As well as drain some ether here, so I really feel like that's a good idea. That frees up Tutzelworm to do whatever they want with their attack, although realistically Tutzelworm. Am I wasting earth attack here? You generate fire earth after that. I need fire earth. I'm gonna do my free action with heat. Transfer something else into an wilds. Okay, so I can use this to clear the other hand. And then with a Rod of Command, I can get Tutzelworm to attack one more time, giving us the appropriate resources to be able to Volcanic Guard. And we end the turn with a single wild as Ether. Okay. And I get to freely choose who I attack with this turn as well. Need benefit. Blossoming Strike. Regen for allies isn't necessary. Oh, Mudfling for a double interruption, though. Thank you for that sidekick. It's only capable of doing that because of how much other purging is going on. There's a bunch of other stuff I'd love to be doing right now, but I think it's way too important that I just keep retaliating against all your hits. Actually, I've already got a redirect on me. Do I need to retaliate this turn, or can I get an explosive rush? I'm going to go the explosive rush here. It's a lot more towards the enemy's stagger. Whoop. Dude grew bonus arms. You cleared 1 corruption from Nyx, and as a result, summoned an enemy with 4 health. Do I have any AoE at all? Oh my god, this interrupts 4 enemies at the same time. Hell yeah. Drown him. May as well pin down the field immediately as well. I'd hate the enemies to take more than 1 action. Okay, so we'll have 1 hit. The enemy is allowed to do 1 hit. Good work, Coldheart. You survived with 40 health to remain. Corrupted either. What are you doing? I broke your hands. Oh, this blossoming strike would prevent one of your actions as well as remove the red? Oh, 2x5 wind damage against all enemies. That also removes an action. Yeah. Soundwave him. I learned that from your predecessor. Great. So unlock your moves. And then a reflective strike against the other hand. We'll stagger there. So I don't have to worry about putting any corruption on any of my friends. I don't want you to summon anyone. And then final thing here, this is a 1 redirect on the top line. Yeah, so it'll take both of those hits. I think this is a really good time actually to hit the Rod of Command up, so that I can set up a Volcanic Guard on our top line. I mean, we're going to get hit twice anyway. We may as well take very little damage from it. And then follow up finally with Envenom for a giant amount of poison on the enemy. Gotta start stacking that if I want to explode you with Toxic Assault. Come get it. Doom Bloom. 5 Terror, and then you attack God. I can't say I feel especially threatened. About a third away through the enemy's health. We get more powerful as the fight goes on, though. I will say, 5 debuffs from target ally. I think I should probably remove these giant debuffs I have. And we'll do it from the weaker of them. Oh dear. Sure. Get staggered. Even crits, adding additional poison on you, making the next one even more valuable. And here, because the retaliate doesn't persist between turns, I may as well either try and gain additional energy or get another redirect. I'll go for additional energy. Of course, I gotta remember to turn up the heat. Oh, actually, explosive rush just for straight up damage? No. I'm gonna need to keep ahead of resources, especially because the enemy currently has 5 ether for both earth and wind. Oh, come on, that's rude. You can still use Corruption's Grasp if I prevented any of my creatures from gaining well, actually, you probably did damage to them, giving them Corruption. That'll make sense. I love this. Oh no! The enemy had a redirect on them, unfortunately, which oh, the battle preview was showing me that that was going to prevent them from being able to do that hit. Unfortunately, not the case. Okay. Giant Toxic Eruption for 95 damage. And that's only on the 3rd hit. It also did a bunch of poison and 30 additional crit damage. Look, if I can't stop you using your move, I'm definitely going to make sure that it hits the absolute brick wall that is Nyx. Bloody your knuckles against me. This is just looking better all the time. Reset Action of Terror is not going to be enough to change the outcome here. Oh, your hands are back. I think I just ignore those and go straight for the gut. Actually, yes. Toxic Eruption, 78 damage there for the big hit. And those of you who have remembered that I still have a charge on... Oh, I do not have a charge on the Rod of Command. Turns out I lied. Those of you who thought I had a charge on the Rod of Command, as it turns out, nope. That's not true. I could have sworn it was. This will purge 2 enemy ether. I think we're safe. Yeah. Hit him with a Reflective Strike, and goodbye, chernabog. And hello to Nick Starfield, Triston, Coldheart, gaining a ridiculous amount of worthiness. Oh, it's nice to see a version of this where I don't have to... There's no 4th character. Crafted 4 mementos. We rescued Xanre. Gained 645 ether crystals as well. Oh boy, look at that damage. 2,652 dealt by Nyx. And then Triston following up with just slightly less damage, but that's okay. Damage prevented, 1.3 thousand. Everyone else, 85, 22. Of course. Coldheart did the most actions prevented. What with all those interruptions via the purge. Hell yeah. Let's close that and head over here to do a couple of upgrades. Not many people know about Pilgrim's Rest, you know? I remember how I got to know about it. I just happened to come across it in my travels. Same thing for me, except that it was about 100 years ago. Has much changed since then? It has grown. Let's establish a soul bond. Let's choose who I will be able to start a future run with. Allows you to start runs with the Shambler, Nosferatu as well. I want to take that Warden. I want that meta upgrade, then Xanre.
Hey, did you meet Sir Tiberian in the Void? That guy's a living legend.
I did indeed. He lives up to it. T-Rex, how are things?
How are things going with the Void? Any progress?
A little bit. The whole thing seems to be bigger than I anticipated.
I could have told you that. The damn Void keeps growing like it owns the place.
I meant in scope, complexity-wise.
Ah, I see. Any progress with what's causing it?
I have an assumption, but I can't say for sure yet. Let's hope I'm wrong.
Well, shoot, son.
Not until I'm certain. Even then. I'll do my best. You have my word.
That'll have to do for now.
Now, let's make a deal. We can anti-corruption meal upgrade. Upgrades the monster meal to cleanse 5 additional corruption from each monster. That seems impactful. Merchants can sell 1 additional thing. Oh, upgrades the monster meal to increase the max health of each monster by 5 as well. Okay, I expect those are going to be very relevant, but let's see if we can find anything that will expedite the process in general. Perhaps you're wondering why us Aethermancers can't remain inside the Void without our monsters. The Void is a force of entropy that dissolves and reverts any matter into ether when exposed to it long enough. We Aethermancers are beings of pure ether given consciousness by the will of soul. As beings of pure ether, we are more susceptible to the harmful influence of Void. It's only our bond to our monsters that allows us to safely exist within it. Our monsters ground us to the material world, so to speak. And we are duty-bound to them. Philosophically eloquent. I like that. Aethermancer upgrade. Soul start. Start each run with an additional soul. Start each run with 2 additional skill rerolls. Pretty good, but pretty expensive. Monsters have a 10% bonus to worthiness after each fight. And your monsters gain +1 max health for each level. I'm going to take that. I really want them to have additional survivability. I'll also take worthiness. And then head down to Gustavo. Give me the anti-corruption upgrade and the max HP upgrade. And then with the rest of our money, having 61 left, I can establish 2 soul bonds with early creatures. Let's get Ooze and Mandragora, 2 that I haven't gotten to play with yet. That'll settle us for the moment. Until next time, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Aethermancer. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist showing away content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Coldheart. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.